morning, football fans, and welcome to Freaking Out. Right here on High Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Here we go, y'all. This is about that time. Oh, it's about that time. I hope you're excited, man, because just like the title says today, it's just a championship kind of week. Everyone is fighting for them ring, for that beautiful, beautiful ring, right? Everybody in the NFL. And well, rings were just won in college football playoff national championship. Y'all, I'll tell you, this is just about that time, man. This is one of those moments that'll never go away, that you will always have no matter how old you get. And I'll tell you, these guys, those young men on that field on Monday night, the Ohio State Buckeyes lived something that they will forever have in their lives. And well, those 4 teams of guys in the NFL that are lining up against each other tomorrow, they're fighting for the chance to play for that same kind of moment at the professional level. This is where football just takes a turn. And boy, is it a crazy one. You play your whole life for this. And then here it comes, man. The chance to play in the Super Bowl. Well, here we go, guys. We're going to have ourselves some fun today, man. We got ourselves, it's about an hour-long show. Not a long one today, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a good one. We got T-Rod back. Your boy Larry B is here. And we're going to be recapping that national championship. We're going to be talking, of course, about that divisional round, getting you ready for championship weekend tomorrow in the NFL. And hey, we're gonna even get you ready for next week. It's my birthday next week, y'all. First time my birthday's been on a Saturday in years, all right? We got the Senior Bowl coming up for my birthday. We got the Shrine Bowl coming on up, man. Let's just get excited, y'all, because it's about that time for some football. You already know you are tuning in live to Freaking Out right here on High Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clanking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. You already know, man. You've been here. You've been here, right? It's been almost 11 years. If you're somebody who has been a part of this and who has been enjoying IE Sports Radio for 11 years, you're incredible. All the way from the Mixler.com days, all the way through Spreaker, all the way through that, and of course, getting to StreamYard in these last couple of years, really the entire station in this last year, and over to StreamYard like entirely throughout the last summer. But if you're somebody who's been supporting us for all these years, you're amazing. I just want to say that you're incredible because you know what? That's just loyalty. You guys are incredible for that. But it doesn't matter. This could be your very first show. At the end of the day, you tune in, you love it, you want to be a part of us. Hey, say no more. All it is tuning in and being a part of us, jumping on in here, being in the chat, checking out our shows. I mean, we do our best to deliver you the absolute best. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share, smash the like button. You know all those good things, right? So check us out. Obviously, social media, all these places down here. We're everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, every freaking where. Of course, check out our website, iSportsRadio.com. This link, iSportsRadio.com/3and-out. And of course, follow us on all of our socials, Instagram, X. TikTok is back. It was gone for what? 9 hours. YouTube, of course, like I said, subscribe to our channel everywhere, man. Instagram, we're live on Instagram right now, so show some love. Our Facebook page, IE Sports Radio, we're everywhere, guys. So please make sure you're doing that. And of course, huge shout out to our awesome sponsors, Planet Jerky, Premium Biscuit Beef Jerky, Vital Apparel. Go ahead and use our code on their website, vtapparel.com, for 15% off of your order. support mental health, and of course, get your gym wear on, y'all. And you can't do that without your goods for the gym. And what do I mean for that? Raw nutrition, baby. You already know. GetRawNutrition.com. Delicious proteins. Guys, they have some freakishly good proteins. Like, seriously, man. There's some good stuff in there. Trust me, I've had some myself. Delicious. I got an order on the way right now. Raw nutrition protein, guys. Delicious. They have their creatine. They got all kinds of awesome supplements, BCAAs, whatever you use for your fitness journey. They have a great selection of it. If you're a creatine kind of person, whatever you want to get, they got awesome supplements there. So go ahead and check them out. GetRawNutrition.com. And also use our promo code IESR for 10% off. Help them out. Help us out for sure. Please help out. Help support IE Sports Radio as we're getting bigger and better. So many great things to come here at IE Sports Radio. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who's been a part of this journey. Once again, if this is your 11th year listening to us, your 5th year, or your first time ever listening to us here, we appreciate you. And I got to itch on my chin. With that said, you guys, we got to introduce my boy, man. He, of course, is IE Sports Radio Hall of Famer. He is the host of Set Point here on IE Sports Radio, doing all things volleyball. And of course, he is the host of the SoCal Spring Sports Show and of this show here, 3 and Out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my boy, Teran Rodriguez, or as we call him, T-Rod. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, Larry B. Great to be here. Great to be back on with you. And I'm ready to talk some college football and some NFL.
Oh, man. It's just, as today's show is, Teran, you saw the title, man. It's just a championship kind of week. That's just what this is. This is the week where the champs win it, and those who came this close,
better luck next year.
That's it. I mean, those who came that close, well, that's what your claim to fame is. You came that close. I mean, there's nothing more to say, right, Teran? So this has been a fun one, man. We, of course, Monday night got to see an awesome football game, man, on the national championship stage. What a game. What a great job. I think the committee did a great job putting together a really, really good, really good bracket. I think next year, honestly, Teran, we talked about it. I think next year it'd be good if we just reseeded when we got to those 12. I think that'd be a little bit better. I think that'd be a really good deal. But it's all good, man. We got that, of course, and we got that amazing divisional weekend, man. That was a lot of fun. Man, there were games where I was like, wow. And till this day, I'm still thinking, we'll get to that, but man, how in the hell did the Commanders get here? I just, oh my gosh, it's fun. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna go ahead and jump on into it real quick. Quick reminders, okay? Quick reminders. January 30th this week, we got the Shrine Bowl, East-West Shrine Bowl. Make sure you tune in for that. It's gonna be awesome. Also next week, I'm not excited about this at all, but it's my birthday, y'all, on Saturday. So, you already know. So, Teran and I will talk about a show, maybe not, I don't know. But this week, this time on Saturday, my birthday. So, Senior Bowl, though, gonna be awesome. Happy to have that at least. Thank you, Goodell, for screwing up my birthday because it used to go to the Super Bowl or near it. This weekend, it would have been on the Super Bowl. I mean, what do you call it? It would have been like there, would have been great. But the extra stupid week in the NFL and moving the Pro Bowl just kind of ruined it. So thank you. But anyway, rest in peace those awesome days where it used to be on my birthday. So anyway, Senior Bowl though, coming up next week on it. Looking excited for that. And yeah, all the good stuff. So we got that to get into. Of course, next week, going to excited for Pro Bowl practices. Who's coming out? Who's doing what? Same thing for the Shrine Bowl. Teran and I will keep you updated, of course, on our awesome Twitter page. You got to check it out, man. Of course, that's right here, 3 and Out. Well, there you can follow me too, the THEE_B53, and then 3 and Out IESR. And of course, you can follow my boy Teran, man, at Teran Rodriguez 1, set_IE, and SoCal Show IESR, all spelled out together. Show some love. We appreciate you guys, and we'll keep you updated on all things football. So let's do it, guys. Let's roll on in to that national championship, because this right here, Teran, this was good. This was good. It wasn't as good as everybody really initially thought, at least the ones who hoped for a better game. But I'll tell you what, it ended pretty okay. It ended all right. You know what? It was a good game. I'm not gonna knock it. I think overall, it was it was solid from both teams. But where I get everybody's talking about is yeah, let's just be real and call it what it is. Ohio State dominated the game, and then Notre Dame came back and played admirably. Some people I've even seen it are saying no, Ohio State kind of let off, or no, the Ohio State started choking because they were known for doing that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people are going to say whatever, but we have ourselves a final score of 34-23. Notre Dame valiantly fought in that second half, really the fourth quarter. Made it respectable, but you know as well as I do, Teran, that game was a little lopsided. And, well, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. So, what are your thoughts on this game? Ohio State doing it, man. They got this thing done. Congratulations to the Buckeyes. Just a very, very, very good season. I will admit it. You called it. I thought Oregon was going to do it. You had Ohio State really all along. So, respect all day long. But, yeah, man, I mean, it was just one of those things where this team was clearly better. There was one team that was just clearly better in through all of these games here, man. But anyway, yeah, so Ohio State gets it done. They earned themselves another national championship. This is their 9th in program history and their first one since the 2014 season, which was in 2015. So basically 10 years ago, they did this, and here they are again. Kind of funny, Taryn. This is the first time they won the national. They won. Okay, they won the first one. That was the 14 playoff. And here we are on the new era, and they just won the next. Right? They just won the 12-team playoff, which is crazy. So, all your thoughts, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought this was an amazing game. I thought that Ohio State got the jump on Notre Dame. My big thing was for Ohio State, if they can get their offense going and if they can get Jeremiah Smith going as well, I think that was going to be the key for them, because Jeremiah Smith did have a quiet game against Texas, but I thought he did an amazing job in this game. And also the entire Ohio State offense was just humming all together. I just thought that Notre Dame fell behind way too much to the point where they just couldn't come back. And I thought that Ohio State just played a good, clean game. They did have a turnover here and there, but honestly, I thought Ohio State just played their type of game. They made Notre Dame veer away from the run, and that eventually cost them. And eventually, Ohio State was able to take advantage of that, and they were able to pick up the win. And it's a true testament to Ohio State and how they were able to bounce back from some of their tough forthcomings, like their 1-point blunder against Oregon or the 3-point loss to Michigan. But Ohio State just really played their best brand of football when it truly mattered. And the old saying goes, and I think I forget who said this. I think it was John Madden. He said, great teams don't always have to be great. They just need to be great when it truly matters. And Ohio State was great when it truly mattered.
You are totally right, man. That's exactly what it was. We talked about last week. I know you jumped on in. You had the video going on, and that was awesome. We appreciate you, man. I know you couldn't be here last week, man, but you were out doing volleyball things, covering an awesome tournament that you talked about on Monday. But yeah, man, I'll tell you right now, we talked about it too last week. You know, I mean, the belief in Marcus Freeman was huge, and Notre Dame had it. They had it by the caseloads, but I didn't know if belief was going to be enough in this one, man. Ohio State just had so much power on their side, and boy, did they show it. They flexed it hard. I mean, Taryn, let's take a look at this game real quick. Oh, excuse me. So 7-0, obviously. And it was like the first freaking drive, like the longest drive ever, I think. I think Ralph was like, that has to be a record. Of course, we were talking to the chat. But first freaking drive, they took like 10 minutes off the board. Notre Dame gets into the end zone 7-0. But then the retaliation from the Buckeyes was unreal. 3 unanswered touchdowns, man, into the second half. 1, 2, 3, boom. Jeremiah Smith, Judkins on a run there. And Sean Judkins again. So Will Howard there throwing for 2 touchdowns, helping getting down the field for another drive, and getting Sean Judkins in there for 1. So 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, and it's quickly 21-7 at the half. But then it doesn't stop there. Ohio State comes on back out. Judkins scores another one. Then they get a Jay Fielding 46-yard field goal. It is 31-7. Jared, this is insane. 31-7. It was 7-0. Well, guess what? Now it's 31-7. Okay. And finally, with 3:03 to go in that third quarter, we have Riley Leonard to Jaden Greathouse. Finally, 31-15. Finally, some life there. Okay. Failed 2-point conversion. And then third quarter ends. Fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter now, we're getting to the last 4 minutes of the game nearly. Guess what? Riley Leonard to Greathouse again. And now it is 31-23. And some people are losing it going, oh my gosh, if Ohio State chokes. And other people are going, Notre Dame, where was this? Right? So, I mean, this is kind of one of those things. But then we get to, nearly the end of the game. Okay, Ohio State gets stopped, but whatever. They kick a field goal. Which, I mean, if this game was kind of in reach, but then that field goal gets really put out of reach. 34-23, 26 seconds left. There's really nothing you can do at that point in time. I mean, I've seen crazy things happen, onside kicks and all these whatever. It can happen, but I mean, it was nearly impossible. And guess what, Teran? It was not possible in that game. Unfortunately, it was a great game for Notre Dame in that later second half, really. But guess what? That wasn't to be. That was not to be in that first half when Ohio State dominated. So really, Teran, I mean, it just goes to show you, this is how good Ohio State's been. So I guess the question now is should everybody hate Day as much as they do? Should what happens now with Notre Dame? Teran, that road would have been easier if they would have just joined a freaking conference. Okay. Like, am I right? I mean, come on now. They would have been a first round bye. But no, they want to be cute and be independent. Okay. And now they had to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, does Notre Dame finally wake up and just join a damn conference and realize that it's worth it as and stop being independent? The Ryan Day thing, of course, who leaves, who comes back? I mean, Teran, what do you think, man? What do you got about these questions here?
Yeah, I thought we don't know what's going to happen with Notre Dame. I mean, they might be back next year, but they lost their defensive coordinator. Some of their top players have committed to the NFL draft. I think it's going to be tough for Notre Dame to get back to this big stage, especially since all these teams are going to try to reload and try to get back to this big stage. And we don't know if the college football playoff is going to be 12 teams again, or maybe it'll be 8 teams. Now, for Ohio State, like I mentioned, this is kind of the testament of their team. They obviously had the tough loss to Oregon, which definitely they could have won. They eventually avenged that. They had the loss to Michigan, which that eventually became the best thing for them. And sometimes you just need that turning point loss to the point where you just need to wake up and whatnot. And everyone's saying that Ohio State's championship is fraudulent or there's an asterisk by it. Stop. Ohio State wound up winning, and they wound up making the tournament. They wound up winning when it truly mattered. And once you make that whole college football playoff, you're 0-0, and then you just got to win your way up. And Ohio State was just dominant in all their games for the most part. They dominated Tennessee, dominated Oregon, mostly dominated Texas. And then even though the score was only an 11-point win for Ohio State, I thought Ohio State just was strong overall. The fact that they unveiled 31 unanswered points after being down 7-0 shows that Ohio State's offense was a juggernaut. And again, they forced Notre Dame to abandon the run game. That's why Riley Leonard passed for so many yards. So I think for Ohio State, they just had that control, and it just felt like that they were that type of team that once they got the ball rolling, they were not going to stop.
You hit it on the head, Teran. They made them one-dimensional. That defensive line played freaking lights out. We're talking like lights out, Sean Merriman type of lights out. I think you know a guy named Sean Merriman. I don't know if you
Yes.
do, Darren, or not. You might not know this guy, but there's a guy who's absolutely clinically insane. And I loved him, even though he was a Charger. And he played on the Chargers. And, you know, Taryn, I don't know. Like I said, you might have heard the name once or twice. But the man was absolutely insane. Sean Merriman from Maryland. and boy, he played lights out. And I'll tell you right now, Taryn, these front four, those dudes, those Ohio State front four dudes, man, these guys played lights out. Did they not?
They did indeed. And I thought that was big for Ohio State. I mean, their defense, I think, was very underwhelming. Everyone talks about the offense, but I thought their defense just was able to shine when it truly mattered the most. And again, they didn't need to shine at all phases of the game. They didn't need to pitch a shutout, but they just need to come up big when it truly mattered. And I thought they did in all these college football playoffs.
They did exactly that, Taryn. And boy, oh boy, it was a goodie. So there you go, man. All kinds of good stuff. I think Ryan Day is going to definitely be coming back. I feel that, you know, I know he can't beat Michigan for some reason, but he'll be coming back. I mean, you don't win a national championship and get fired. So, you know, I mean, I don't know people who call him for his head, but I'm pretty sure he'll come back next season. It's true, though, man. They did lose a lot. Kind of rough go there. You know, it's hard, man. You're going to lose people because they're going to move on to bigger, better things. They got guys going to the NFL, obviously. We're going to be talking about some of those guys in the Senior Bowl next week and the Shrine Bowl. Darren, we got all kinds of goods, man. But hey, all we got to say is congratulations. Where's my gosh damn button? Congratulations here to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Championship number 9, you guys. And, of course, first one in 10 years. Sorry, Taryn, I tried to follow you there. I tried to follow you there, Taryn. Sorry. But yes.
All good. That's what I did. O-H-I.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Darren, these guys got it done, man. And boy, did they win, and they won good. So no one was going to beat them this year. I really thought Oregon would be the team to do it, even though they did in the regular season. But as you can see, they got redemption like crazy in that Rose Bowl. So, Darren, this has just been a good season, man. We're going to close the door on an amazing college football season. I mean, think about it, Taryn. I mean, look at this. I mean, once again, I think you remember all of these goodies, right? All these bangers from this year. And hey, I can't help it. I love going over every single one of these every show because once again, this might be somebody's first show, Taryn. It might be. But earlier this year, man, hats off to Modern Day, getting it done. 3rd national championship since 2017. These guys have been incredible, man. What a year for them in high school football. San Mateo getting it done, defeating Mount Sac. Big time 43 to 11 here. 2nd national championship in program history, the 2nd in the last 3 years in the 3C2A. All right, Junior Colleges of California. In the NJCAA, Hutchinson, of course, defeating Iowa Western 28-23. The Blue Dragons, of course, getting it done again. 1st championship since 2020, but they get it done. They looked really good. And 2nd overall, man, boy, that was a great game. In the NAIA, we had Grandview looking sharp, just destroying Kaiser, man. The defending champions 35-7, winning their 2nd national championship, first one since 2013. Awesome head coach winning just like his father did 10 years ago or 11 years ago at the same institution. Really cool there. Division III, of course, the Stag Bowl, man. North Central defeating Mount Union 41-25. Cardinals earning their 3rd national championship in program history in their last, in their 7th, and their 3rd in the last 7 years, which is really cool. Congratulations for these guys. In Division II, Ferris State defeating Valdosta State 49-14. Just not even a chance. Bulldogs getting it done, earning their 3rd national championship and their 3rd in the last 4 years. That is awesome for them. And of course, in the FCS, man, that was a crazy one there. As we have North Dakota State defeating Montana State 35-32. Bison just go to the freaking FCS already. They earned their 10th national championship in program history and their 1st since 2022. And that's like their, freaking 14th since 2014. Just kidding. That's like their 11th, I think, Hunter, and like it's since 2010, I think. But It's insane. They've done a lot. So congratulations. And now, of course, in the FBS, you guys, now, whoopsies. Whoa, I'm just pressing all kinds of buttons. And now, of course, in the FCS, we can close out the college season by saying, here it is, Ohio State defeating Notre Dame 34-23, man. Because what a season for all of these, right, Darren? We covered every single one of these all year long. It was a lot of fun, but there you go. So, Teran, moving forward, I mean, hey, we got so much to talk about in the coming shows about all of these teams for next year. How do you like their chances? All that good stuff, But we'll be getting into that in the coming weeks. With that said, Teran, let's take ourselves a quick break. And when we come back, man, we got one break today. We're going to come back. We're going to recap divisional round in the NFL. And then, of course, get ready to talk about championship weekend. Oh, yeah, y'all. Tomorrow we got a 24-hour race going, actually starting in about 3 hours. I don't know if anybody knows about the Rolex 24, but it's freaking sweet in IMSA. Not an auto sports show, I know. That's the extra mile. But I'm just saying, we got a 24-hour race coming on that I'm going to be really into for a lot of those 24 hours. Coffee will be my friend, as it usually is. I'm going to try to stay up for as much as I can of that. And, of course, right after that race ends tomorrow at about 10:30 Pacific, Teran, championship weekend. We got one game at 12, one game at 3:30. If you're on the West Coast, the other game, if you're on the East Coast, one game is going to be at 3. It was going to be at 6:30. So I'm just saying we got some good stuff coming on up here, you guys. Get ready for it because we got ourselves a little bit of NFL talk coming on up. You're listening to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Rate, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy white tea. They're coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph Calise, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate, diehard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports. And I will update you on all that's black and gold. Have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Calise, the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
Let's go indeed. Oh, we already know. Hey, the Steelers might be out, but Ralph is not out, all right? Ralph is getting it over here. He's cooking on Friday nights, man. Great show last night, as always, man. Loving it. Always excited to check out our boy Ralph Calise, man. And, of course, Marcus Lowe's great. I don't know if any of you guys know this in IE Sports Radio land. I don't know. But little birdie told me that the return of Gloves Off is Sunday, the January 26th. I said the Sunday, or the January. I'm an idiot. But, yes. after like 4 months of absence, because this man is extremely hardworking. My gosh. Yeah. Marcus works really hard with his job. And he had to take a little bit of time. I says, no problem. We're never gonna get a better guy than you for our combat sports. Well, guess what? Tomorrow, the wait is over. That's right. Marcus Lowe's great returns with gloves off. Really excited for that. So check him out, man. No time just yet, but trust me, you'll hear Marcus. you guys will hear You'll be at the grocery store. Like, is that Marcus? Like, he's in the air. Like, yeah, oh yeah. Oh, you already know. So anyway, guys, with that said, we are gonna run on over now. We got about 25 minutes left here in the show. I told you it's gonna be a shorty this weekend, but hey, it's all good. We got some football to get into, and the divisional round was something, wasn't it? Of course, we had here some good games. I mean, I guess if you want to call some of them good games, overall, let's just be real. Some of these were fun and good, and some of these were clunkers. I mean, I don't want to say it like that. I feel really bad that we have, you know, some of these games. I just felt like they could have been a little bit better. Starting with this first one, obviously, I'll get the graphic up momentarily. Chiefs, look, the Texans fought. You can't, you're not going to fight them, right? The Texans The Texans fought well, but it's just I don't know, man. They ran out of gas. I think the Texans could have played way better in this damn game. Obviously, it's me really wanting the Chiefs to lose, but the Texans had this game really summed up the Texans season. It did because the Texans had they have the talents there. They have that quarterback now. There's a lot going on this team, but guess what? They failed to make it happen. And it just kind of shows you that this is the kind of season they had. They had so many games where they were like, "Oh no, they got this," and then they just did. Let's be real, they didn't really have this game. It was the Chiefs. The Chiefs were the ones who had it, and if the Texans would have won, I guess obviously that would have been the upset. But when it came down to it, you guys, I mean, really, it just goes to show you, man, you need a high-powered defense, and they did have a pretty strong defense, but it wasn't as good as what a lot of people thought, and it wasn't as good as I thought for sure. I thought that this Texas defense would come out and ball. They did. A few plays go the Chiefs' way, and guess what? The Texans on the losing end of it. But this is goes to show you guys, they got to be better, right? The Texans has got to be better than this. Another year where the Texans lose. They're undefeated in the freaking wild card, as Ralph said last week, but they've never won in the divisional round, of course. Oh, here's just another year where this team does not win in the wild card, which is really hard to swallow, man. That's a tough pill to swallow for these guys. But anyway, after that, man, get the graphic up here. After that, of course, we have the Commanders doing knocking off the Eagles, knocking off the Lions. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is a game where we were at the winery enjoying ourselves, and oh my gosh, I can't cheer harder. I can't cheer harder for the Lions, even though the Commanders, I thought it'd be a cool story, and it is now. But I'm cheering so hard for the Lions because the Lions, I mean, come on, 1956 wasn't even the Super Bowl yet. They've never won a Lombardi. This team, they're good. They're very good, but unfortunately, not good enough. Commanders, man, took hold of the game and just ran away with it at the tail end of the fourth quarter, knocking off the Lions 45-31. Down go the Dan Campbells, and that was a tough game. So Saturday of last week, a week ago, Chiefs defeat the Texans 23-14. Commanders over the Lions 45-31. And then on to Sunday, man, the Eagles and Rams. Talk about a good football game. I really kind of thought that the Eagles would handle the Rams in this one. The Rams are good, but I don't know, man. I just didn't see it. I didn't see the Eagles struggling too much in this game. They kind of did. Regardless, the Rams fought and showed me. They told me to shut up, and they fought damn hard. This was a very good game as well. Unfortunately, though, for them, they came up on the losing end. Eagles win this thing at home 28-22 moving forward. And then, boy, oh boy, Bills, Ravens. Oh, a game that I would have been happy with anybody winning this one. because the Ravens winning would just be a feel good, because it just goes to show you how good Lamar really is. And this is a very talented Ravens team. I'll tell you, they've been talented. Some people this year were like, oh, they suck, they lost the Browns. But no. This Ravens team proved to be the best team in the AFC North, which a lot of people are claiming to be the best division in the NFL. So then what is the team that wins that? Do they suck? You know what I mean? And I mean, really, and they lost to the damn Bills. Okay, the Bills being one of the best teams in the NFL all year, and they get it done, man. I mean, they almost get it done. But the Bills looking strong. This is MVP candidate versus MVP candidate. This is a huge game, man. But guess what? The Bills came out on top 27-25 and was a monster game. Best for last for sure. We all knew it was going to be a blockbuster game, and there it is. So there it is, Teran. Divisional round last week, man. Give me your thoughts on all 4 games.
Well, the interesting thing is that, do you want to know what all the teams that lost in the divisional round have in common?
What's that?
They all outgained their opponents in yards, but still lost.
I've never seen that graphic. That was hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and Texans against the Chiefs, I'll just say this was kind of an uphill climb for the Texans. And their offense in the red zone only mustered up, I think, 3, maybe 6 points in the red zone, mind you. So I feel that the Texans had their chances, but unfortunately the Chiefs' defense just clamped down. So I think for the Texans, it still was kind of a too big of a moment for them. I feel they would have had a better matchup against, like, the Bills, in my opinion. But unfortunately, we can't do anything about that. And it was kind of that matchup, no matter who won between the Texans and Chargers, they were going to have a uphill climb against the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are too good. They're a very talented team, and even though their starters had like 3 weeks of rest, or no, it was 2. They hadn't played in 3 weeks. I think the Chiefs just were ready to go. They were just prepared. Texans are still an on-the-rise team, and I just think that the Chiefs just had their way. Now, Washington was definitely a surprise, but the Lions can't expect to win when they're turning the ball over 5 times, and that's just not going to fly. Whereas the Commanders, Jaden Daniels had the game of his career. He's been that guy, and he definitely does not look like a rookie. He looks like a seasoned veteran, and I think for the Lions, all their injuries on defense kind of reared its ugly head. So, unfortunately for the Lions, it was just that type of ending. It was that type of game. It was just, I think that was their worst game defensively, other than like the Buffalo Bills. But this was definitely their worst game defensively. And this is where you really miss players like Aiden Hutchinson and so on and so forth. Now, Eagles, Rams, I'm just going to say it. Yeah, I picked the Rams to win, but honestly, Rams gave everything that they had against the Eagles. Like, this could have been so much worse than it initially was. Unfortunately for the Rams, their run defense just could not stop Saquon Barkley. And you got to give credit to the Eagles' offensive line. They paved the way for Barkley to get those designed runs, and as well as Jalen Hurts getting that first touchdown run. So, if anything, the Eagles' offensive line was probably the MVP of that match. And Matthew Stafford obviously wasn't 100%, and the cold. This was something I didn't know, but Matthew Stafford is now 1-9 in snow games. So that's tough for poor Matthew Stafford. And obviously, he wasn't 100%. He aggravated the rib injury that he suffered against the Jets, but he had a Herculean effort. Puka Nacua obviously continues to do amazing things for the Rams, but it was the Eagles' time to shine, especially since they had that amazing run game and their defense just showed up in the second half. And then Bills-Ravens was probably the match of the week, and it could have gone either way. I give the Ravens a lot of credit for keep staying within striking distance of the Bills. Unfortunately for the Ravens, just too many mistakes. They had a fumble from Mark Andrews, which sucks, a fumble from Lamar Jackson, and an interception. But they were able to overcome that and get themselves in a position where they needed a 2-point conversion to tie. But unfortunately, it was just one unfortunate drop. And sometimes that just happens. And this kind of makes me wonder, even if the Ravens did tie the game, Do you think the Bills? I think the Bills still probably would have gone down the field and gotten within field goal range for Tyler Bass to kick in the walk-off field goal. So unless the Ravens defense was going to clamp down, I don't know if the Ravens would have won that regardless of the two-point conversion catch. But yeah, that was pretty much the wild card weekend, and I'm excited for the conference championship. I think it's going to be unique. We're going to see if the Bills can overcome their demons and the Chiefs, and we're going to see which NFC East team comes out on top in the rubber match.
Yeah, it's so true, man. This is huge. This is so big. And yeah, great analysis on divisional round, man. You're totally right. Gosh dang it, man. Look, I hate to say it, but the Ravens, they were always going to come short in this game, weren't they? You know what I mean? Somehow, because the Bills, look, I said last week, I didn't think the belief, don't get me wrong, okay, because I love Marcus Freeman, and you know how Notre Dame rallied around him all year. There were games that they shouldn't have won, but their belief in him was so strong. They won games. That was just incredible. They won, 13 straight? Okay, but I will say this. I didn't think that belief was going to be enough. Flip it over to the NFL. The belief in Allen and the belief that the fans have in the Bills, I think that might be enough. All right. Like, I'm just being real, man. Like, that belief is insane. Like, look at that, man. I mean, these Chiefs fans they're here. They're going hard, right? This is what they do. But the Bills fans, Teran, the Bills, they're special. This is if this doesn't give you goosebumps, man, you know what I mean? Like, this is they love their team, man. They love their team. It is unlike any other fan base out there, and I love it. So it's hard because some people said that the the Bills defeating the Chiefs in the regular season was a mistake. I don't see how. A win's a win. But I get it. You probably put out all your goods versus them. But look, guys, it doesn't matter. Okay. A good offense will not only show you their stuff on film and then come out and execute it against you in the games, right? But also, Teran, the best teams in the world can actually go out, set up in front of you, line up, tell you who's getting the ball, and then still get 10 yards. Am I right, Teran? Those are the best offenses in the world. They'll tell you where the ball is going and then say, stop it. That's fine that you know where it's going, but can you stop it? That's a whole different thing. Knowing where, right? Knowing where the ball is going and actually stopping it, two different things. Okay. Because yeah, it's just how it is. I played against a team like that once or twice in my life, and I've also been on that kind of team. You know, like, that's all there is to it. It's been it's just, you get those juggernaut offenses, man, and the Bills have a extremely solid offense, but man, it's going to be fun versus that defense, the Chiefs. So I just I don't know. This is going to be a lot of fun. So, Teran, let's get on into it, man, because we got to get into these games here. But NFL Championship weekend is here tomorrow. This is it. We are almost 24 hours away. And like I said, if you're a race fan, well, 24 hours can go by even quicker or slower if you're losing sleep. If you walk your Rolex 24 down in Daytona, yeah, our own Daryl Kinsey Jr. is there with his fiance Miriam. Looking forward to all their pictures and cool stuff. He's already met some great people, and yeah, enjoying that. He's already met some awesome, auto sports drivers and all that good stuff. So, but with that said, you want to, pass that 24 hours faster, watch the race. If not, sit tight. We're like, 20, let's say, what are we, 27 hours away from kickoff of the NFC Championship, somewhere around there. So we're going to have ourselves a lot of fun getting into these here, man, because, here it comes. Oh, look at this. We already got the chat room going on. I knew that was going to happen. We start getting into this one. Go, Josh, go. That's right. It's Patty Backs, of course, formerly of the Buffalo Huddle here on IE Sports Radio. She knows this team is unreal, and what they can bring is just insane. So our offensive line is amazing, and they'll protect Josh at all costs. Well, hey, they've done it so far this year, but they got 2 more games to do it in. That's the test. Good morning, gentlemen. Gen V jumping on in here. Salute to you, Marcus Lowe's great. We just announced the return of Gloves Off tomorrow. Got everybody hyped up, man. You got everyone. I said it. I said yesterday. I said it right now on the show. I don't know if hopefully you heard me, but I was like, we don't have a time yet for Gloves Off, but you could be in the grocery store tomorrow and you'll hear Marcus. You'll just hear him. You'll know to tune in. So let's get, and of course, appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you, man, as well. That's right. One of our favorite people down there.
Thanks, Marcus.
That was great. Right. Good guy, man. But Championship weekend is here. And it's about that time, Teran. The first game up, Commanders at Eagles. Who on God's green earth would have thought? See, I'm okay with 3 teams this weekend being here. But there's always that one, right, Teran? Who are these guys? Who are they? I don't know who they are. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Now I do. Now I know who they are. Let me just tell you right now, San Bernardino is one of the ugliest, nastiest, most disgusting places on this earth. I'm sorry I said it. I'm sorry. I know. I feel really bad. We probably lost some listeners. But I'm just being real, okay? It is what it is. My father grew up there and, in and around it. There are some nice parts. But unfortunately, man, it's just a lot of gang activity, a lot of bad things. You know what I mean? This is being real. It's just being real. It's a rough place. And the high schools in the area, I give them major props. They really, they put out some great people. I've met some great people from all those high schools over there. San Bernardino High School, Cajon, obviously, where Jen Daniels came from, St. Thomas Aquinas. I've met some great people from San Bernardino, but it's because they chose to not go that other way. The way that my father did, that taught me to stay away from that. And apparently, you have Mr. Jaden, Mr. Daniels here. Okay, I'm gonna call him Mr. Daniels. He was able to stick to the good and do the right things. When high school, juggernaut school, they get a lot of great talent over there, and this young man shined. Went to ASU, went to LSU, and now here he is in his rookie year, leading the freaking Commanders to the NFC Championship. I'll tell you right now. This guy right here, I brag about him because I'm telling you guys, like, this is a hard area, man. It really is over there. It is. And like I said, no disrespect to anybody who lives there, whatever. I didn't mean to diss the city or none of that. But what I'm saying is it's not the easiest place. And there's a lot of players who I think come from places like that around the U.S. But you know what? He did it. And I don't even care. To me, that is like, oh my gosh, like, hey, he didn't come from a bougie neighborhood or none of that, like he came from humble beginnings. And this young man has done it. He's so in my opinion, he's already won. He's won everything, in my opinion, getting there. But I know he wants that Lombardi real bad. And well, he has a chance to play for for that coming up tomorrow. Teran, here we go, man. Jaden Daniels and his crew, the Washington Commanders. I almost called them the other name, Teran. I almost said the R word. I can't help it. Okay, I've known them as that for so many years. So anyway, Teran, let's get to it, man. Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, rubber match. They are set to face off in the NFC Championship coming on up this Sunday with about 27 hours away. And 28, somewhere right around there. Sorry, I can't do math this morning. But the Eagles, of course, they look good, man. They have a 14-3 freaking record. They looked great. They're the NFC East champions. They were the number 2 seed in the NFC side, all right, in the playoffs. And they look great, man. Their offense, of course, led by Jaden Hurts. I'm Jalen and Jaden. I'm just mixing everything up today. Jaden. So Jalen Hurts and good old Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley chose to fork over history, really, because he's like, it's good. I need to save myself. And I thought that was very admirable. But hey, amazing. We know he would have broken the record. Regardless, though, enough of the record talk. The Eagles have been incredible. They've averaged 320 freaking yards, man, and 25 points per game. That has been awesome. Their defense has only really allowed like 16, I think I saw, whatever, when I was writing my notes down from earlier. And then you have the other side of the coin, man. The Commanders, they are led by Mr. Jaden Daniels. Remember, Jalen versus Jaden. They had an 11-6 record, 6th seed overall. And this is crazy, man. I mean, the upset last week was gigantic over the Lions. Daniels has looked awesome. He has looked like such a pro in this whole deal, and that is huge. So, my key matchups, I really think the Eagles defense, man, the Eagles defense and the Commanders offense is going to be a lot of fun to watch. The Eagles, we know what they got on defense, right? We know what they have. They have an incredible edge rusher, Nolan Smith, who I really, really love. I think he's a great, great athlete, and he's certainly going to be in that backfield. He knows a thing or two about Mr. Daniels. They faced off a couple times already, and I do believe that he is going to be huge on this defense for the Eagles. Also, Carter, I mean, how could you not talk about them? This defense is a very good unit. For the Commanders, hey, look, that defense is nasty. I like Deron Payne has been awesome. I've called this defensive line from hell for so many years, but Frankie Luvu is insane. I love it. I love what they have, what they bring to the table. This defensive unit is very well knit. But can they slow down Hurts and Saquon Barkley? Again, you can know what they're going to do, but can you stop it? So let's see. I mean, we know that what's his name, man? The coordinator, Witt, right? Joe Witt Jr.
Vic Fangio?
The defense coordinator for the Commanders. I think it's Joe Witt. Let me go look it up. But anyway,
Quinn, that's the head coach.
Yeah, I've heard him talking. I've seen like this week looking at all and reading articles and everything like that. Like, yeah, he's really emphasized that you need to treat Hurts like a running back, dude. Because it's the truth. You need to. If you do not treat
Jack Del Rio.
Is it Del Rio?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm seeing.
Okay. Well, regardless, dude. Well, for the Commanders. So their defense coordinator has emphasized, and it's true, you need to treat him like a running back. There's no other way around it. Treat him like a running back, because if you don't, he's going to run all over you like a running back. And he already has Saquon Barkley. So this is a very hard offense to stop. This is a lot like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Okay. So
actually, Joe Witt Jr., sorry.
Joe Witt, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, Del Rio.
Doggone Bing.
It's all good, dude. I thought I saw his name I've been looking all over media, and then I've been working, and oh my gosh, my head is everywhere. So I'm gonna forget some names, guys. I'm sorry. But regardless, and then of course we have a little injury report here, and this is pretty crazy. The Eagles have 11 players, man, on the IR, and the Commanders have 18, which is crazy. I wasn't even expecting these big numbers, but the big one, of course, wide receiver AJ Brown. We still have no idea. I'm not going to see him this week, I don't think. I really don't know what's going on. I just know that he's just – I don't know what the injury was, Teran, but I know he's been out for a significant amount of time, of course, and unfortunately. But he would have been a big part of this. But that's the big one, okay? That's like the big one who I think will make the biggest difference. So, overall, Teran, this is going to be a great game. I feel like the Eagles definitely have, they really do have that home field advantage. This is obviously not just a championship game. It's a rivalry game that dates back years and years and years. The Commanders have to get it done on offense. They have to. And then their defense has to be able to stop Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Regardless, though, on the other side of the coin, the Eagles just got to play their game. I think if the Eagles just play their game and do what they're favored, but can they do it again? Because, again, belief is a crazy thing, man. So, I don't know. It's going to be a great game, but let's go ahead and get on into it. Well, obviously, I got on into it. Teran, give me your breakdown. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a little mixture of the Washington offense versus the Eagles defense. But my big thing is, can the Commanders defense come up big against the Eagles offense? Last week they forced 5 turnovers against Detroit, but can they do the same against a Philly team that just plays so smart on the ground? And Commanders aren't going to have Sam Costme, who is out for the season, as that's a big loss to their offensive line. And also, they're not going to have – Deron Payne is questionable. We also got Javonte Jean-Baptiste, who's also questionable. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit of a chess match, and this is going to be between who blinks first. But with Jaden Daniels, anything is possible. But Jalen Hurts is also not going to be 100%. He's going to be playing with a knee brace. So I feel that this is going to boil down to which team blinks first. And I feel that the Commanders, they're just going to have to play some good football. And for the Eagles, I think they're just going to have to learn to not be one-dimensional. And I know they have Dallas Goedert, but they got to get their other receivers involved, like Devontae Smith and Jahan Dotson. That could be a potential revenge game with Dotson being a former Commander. But I think that the Eagles will go as far as Saquon Barkley goes. I think Saquon, if he can continue to have big games, then obviously the Eagles are going to prove to be too much. But they can't win with just Saquon alone. I mean, yes, they can, but I don't think it's going to work that way because it's only a matter of time before they obviously figure out how to stop the run game, because the Rams almost did that, but I used almost very loosely. So I think it's going to just boil down to if the Commanders can get pressure onto Jalen Hurts, and if the Commanders defense can slow down the Eagles offense. But that offensive line is so big and so gargantuan. So I think this one's going to be close. I feel that this one might boil down to the last possession, but I think the Eagles just inch this one out with a win.
I agree. This is you got me. You got me. I thought you were going Commanders there, Teran. Felt like a couple seconds ago.
I really want to go Commanders, but it's like I feel the Eagles, they've been here before. I think they're playing some great football as of late. And it's tough for me to pick against this Eagles team that just looks so strong on both sides of the ball.
But if they win, Teran, oh my gosh. If the Commanders win this game, oh my gosh. Look, all I got to say again is no matter what, I don't care. No one can say anything bad about him. Nobody. Jaden Daniels is the man. He's just proven it time and time again. I love him. I think he's just an awesome dude. Like I said, right here from the Inland Empire, in a rougher part of the Inland Empire. So I'm cheering him on. But as much as I want to cheer him on, reality, my heart wants the Commanders to win because I would love to see that. The Eagles have already been here. They've been around Super Bowl for a couple, for in the last decade. So I think I'd love to see the new teams in there. But as much as I would love to see the Commanders win it and get there, I do feel that this is heart versus head. Heart is going with Commanders, but the head is definitely going with the Eagles. I think
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. So it's a rough one. You're according to Jen, you're so excited you're doing flips.
Yeah,
you're flipping around, Darren. You're flipping. So, but that is going to be a fun one. So we're both taking the Eagles, and of course, Darren, here goes the AFC Championship: Bills at Chiefs, round 2 this season. Oh, this one's going to be fun. So here we go. AFC Championship tomorrow, right after the NFC Championship. Oh, this is going to be fun. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. Again. I mean, Darren, we've had this before, right? We've had, Brady Manning. Remember that? That was fun.
Yeah.
We had, we've seen, really just a mixture of all those guys, right? Breeze, Manning. We've had a lot of that. We've had a lot of fun stuff. These legendary quarterbacks, and these two are going to be legendary when their times are through. They already are. And we're going to have that coming on up. So for the Chiefs, look, they've been great, right? They're 14-3. They win 7 freaking AFC championships in a row. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I think, AFC West, I think they've won more than that, but this is their 7th AFC championship appearance in a row. So I don't know. I've lost count of the AFC West championships that they've gotten in the last 10 years, but I do know that this is their 7th in a row being at the AFC championship. That's insane. Just getting there is insane enough, but they're here again. And Mahomes has done everything he's possibly could. People can hate him, whatever. I get it. I'm a Raider fan, so not the biggest fan, but I respect it, man. I respect him, and I think he's amazing. Kelsey, obviously, being the dude, his main target, and this team has just they've been phenomenal. I know people can say, oh, the refs this, the refs that. freedom of speech, First Amendment. Say what you will, but they've won. So the Chiefs, they look good. The defense is pretty damn good. I love what they have on both sides of the ball. They have such a balanced attack. They can run the damn ball. They can pass on offense, and they can basically shut down any offense. They are so talented at every level, and it's just hard to beat this team. Yeah, that's really all I got, because it's the truth, man. What more do you say? I mean, yeah, you can blow this team up as much as you want to. You can down talk them as much as you want to. They show it on the field how good they are. And then you got the Bills, man. 12-5, of course, finishing the regular season. They were the number 2 seed in the AFC. And of course, you guys, Josh Allen has just been the guy. I know the MVP chants are up there. This man is unreal. He has done so many great things, man, for this team. And they love him over there in Buffalo. I know our own Patty Backs, well, former iSports Sports Radio, Patty Backs, she loves this man. She loves this team. And guess what? All those Bills fans feel like that. So they know that this guy out of Wyoming is the dude to do it. But the question is when? Is it going to be this year? We'll find out. But oh my gosh, they've done so well this year. And the Bills, just once again, they're a very, very, very strong team on both sides of the ball. This is just going to be, this is Tyson and Holyfield, you guys. That's what this is. This is just whoever lands the bigger punch, because they can both land big punches. I mean, that's really what it is. So, okay. Key matchups for me, the Chiefs offense, Bills defense, obviously. The Bills, this defense is 24th against the pass, okay, during the regular season. Pretty big, pretty big. But the big deal is they got to find a way to disrupt Mahomes, man. They got to limit his plays. There's no other way that you can do. You have to disrupt him, because he's going to play his game. And if you let him, he's going to torch you. It's hard to blitz. It's a damn good offensive line, but it's very hard to blitz a team who can do pretty much anything with a quarterback that can do pretty much anything in the backfield. But they got to put as much pressure as humanly possible. I just have to, you see it that way. Also, limiting Kelsey. I don't even care. Linebackers must be up on this dude in his face and then off the snap of the ball. But I mean, you got to. He's going to throw moves. You got to slow him down, because if he gets in free space, he's hell to bring down, and the guy's got a set of hands that are golden. So I'm just saying, you got to make sure these two guys are contained, if at all. And don't get me wrong, there's more weapons. Okay, they can still win with other weapons, but I'm just saying those are big deals for me. Okay, the Bills offense, on the other hand, versus the Chiefs defense, Josh Allen, he has everything he needs on this offense, right? He's got every weapon you can think possible. They're a complete team. But the big deal is Shakir. I think that is huge. Get him in the game as much as you possibly can. Hit that target all the time. He has been such a beast this year. He's got to get it. All right. He's got to make sure that you got the ball in his hands. And I do feel like right now the Chiefs they have a really rough, really, really, really crazy front four. That offensive line, as Patty Bax says, they got to protect him. They have to. There's no other way around. You don't protect Allen, you lost the game. That's it. That's all there is to it. So, real quick, injuries. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, thank you, throat, for getting all congested. So anyway, the Chiefs, they enter the game with pretty good health. You got to be real, okay? The Bills, they do have a couple of injuries. The big one, I really do think Taylor Rapp. That's a rough one. He was hurt with a hip injury, but and that's a rough one. But hopefully they can, overcome that. But that's a big one there, okay, for me. Or other than that, though, the Chiefs seem pretty healthy, and well, the Bills just got to make up for that. And then for personal thoughts, I mean, the Chiefs are favored by, I think, 1.5, 2, or something like that. And this is a very, 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 very small margin, okay, because both teams could win this thing. This is nearly a coin flip, even though some people would have the Chiefs winning this one by a nose. But regardless, Teran, there you go. I've said all my stuff. What do you got for the AFC Championship?
Yeah, I think this is going to boil down to the Chiefs defense versus the Bills' offensive line. The offensive line is good, but now they're facing a Chiefs defense, which has a lot of amazing studs like Chris Jones and Trent McDuffie and Nick Bolton and I forget the other safety's name that came from the Chargers. But either way, the Chiefs' defense is nothing to sneeze at or nothing to take lightly. But I think for the Bills, they're just gonna have to keep Josh as contained as keep him as protected as possible. And we talk about receivers. Why not get Amari Cooper involved? Why not get Amari Cooper involved? Just because they got him from the Cleveland Browns, so why not get him involved? So I think getting him involved would be so key. Getting the run game involved with James Cook would be so crucial right there. Getting the tight ends would also be big as well. So all in all, for the Bills, they're gonna have their work cut out for them, but they're playing with house money here. Nobody really expected them to get to this point. Most people didn't even have them making the playoffs, let alone winning their division. So I think for the Bills, they're playing with house money here, and it's basically going to be it could basically possibly be a nothing to lose scenario, and that's the most dangerous team in the playoffs. A team with nothing to lose, someone with basically a team that's counted out and whatnot. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough to predict this one, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think the Bills. There's only been one true team that have beaten the Chiefs this season. I know they had the second loss to Denver, but that was when the Chiefs rested all their starters. There's only been one true team that has beaten the Chiefs all season, and that's the Bills. And this is the Bills' moment. This is the Bills' moment to possibly overcome their demons. This is their time to make it back to the Super Bowl. And this could be Josh's time to finally get that postseason win over Patrick Mahomes and to prove that he is the MVP, let alone one of the top dogs in the AFC. So I think this is the Bills' time. I'm hoping for their sake it's the Bills' time. I feel that the Chiefs are going to they're obviously undefeated. So I think the Bills will inch this one out. And possibly we could get a Tyler Bass redemption game from last season. Even though he's been automatic for the most part this season, I think Tyler Bass, this is his also redemption arc, and he's going to come up big. And I think the Bills overall, they're just going to have an answer for the Chiefs this time around in the postseason.
Oh my gosh, Teran. I'm loving it. Once again, giving me chills because this is true. We're running with history here. This is big. This is big. And this year, first of all, I want to go to the comments, man, because they're blowing up. Patty Baxton in the house. No one expected this to be here, guess as you said, Teran, except Bills Mafia. We have nothing to lose, and we will give our all. Bills Mafia will be making their presence felt, and they will be there in full force. Go Bills. And yes. Yes. You need to be there. Every bit, pack that place, man, because the damn Chiefs win because they feed the same exact way that the Bills feed off of their Bills fans. This is the Chiefs, man. They feed off of it. So if you can make this like at least half Bills, half Chiefs, well, it's a neutral site. I mean, I'm just saying, man, this is big. Oh my gosh, look. Because Amari forgot how to play football. Good old Gen B. Love them Browns. Patty says we know how to beat them, Teran. No fear. Yes, destiny is calling us. Well, damn it. You need to pick up the phone, them Bills, because I got them winning too. I don't care. Look, I get it. Everyone's against the Chiefs right now. They don't want to see the 3P, all that. Look, at the end of the day, I don't even care, man. Teran's a Charger. I'm a Raider. We can give a crap less about the Chiefs if they win another one or not. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we're always going to hate them, and that's football. That's the best part about it is the rivalries. We have a lot of fun with it. But look, overall, guys, this is history for the Bills. We all know the four falls of Buffalo. We all know how hard that must have been. Patty was there at all four games, which is crazy. So I'm just going to put this out there. Guys, you Patty Pack says we are America's team. Hey, you know what? As of right now, I think they are America's team because a lot of people are pulling for these guys. And though I would say this is a heart versus head deal, no, y'all, this is a full-on body thing because the Chiefs are great. They are the best football team right now in the NFL. But that's until they're dethroned. And I believe tomorrow they will be dethroned. This is it. The Bills have to play lights out. That's all there is to it. They have to just bring up that formula they had earlier this year, and they got it, man. McDermott has led these men. Josh Allen has led these men. This is going to be the game they actually make it happen, and they have to. This is history. This is destiny. This is so true. So, to me, this is it. The Bills pull it off. They make it happen. I have been cheering on this freaking Bills team the last freaking 4 years. AFC, 3 and out, 8 divisions in 8 days. I have been picking these guys to win the Super Bowl for 4 years in a row now. This has to be it. This has to be it. And this year, I even lost a little bit of hope. I was like, I don't know if they're going to make it this year. I even said it on air once, but that's my apologize. I apologize for that. They hit some tough spots, and I was like, man, it sucks. Is their window closed? Nope. And that's exactly what they needed. They didn't need everybody to be on them. Talk about, Super Bowl, this Super. No. Look what happened to the Lions. It's just, for some reason you lose, right? I mean, when everyone's all over you like that. So guess what? This is the moment the Chiefs. This is the moment the Bills make it happen. They were a little lower this year. Who cares if they weren't the first overall seed and damn near undefeated or whatever? That's what they needed. Sneak in, do their thing, and now here they are. They're in the AFC Championship, and this is it. This is going to be fun because honestly, I feel the Bills. I really do feel I can beat. Can beat either team in the NFC. Honestly, I think the Chiefs could too. But it doesn't mean that the NFC they can come out and win. They can come out and win too. But overall, guys, Bills. This team is strong. This team has what it takes, and they got to go into that damn stadium and make it happen. So there you have it. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be fun. Man, I'm excited, man.
I am too.
You feeling this?
Yep. This is where it gets really real.
Well, we are almost 24 hours away, guys. And, well, as you know how it goes, the game is so close. Everybody is calm before the storm. But when this thing kicks off, it's go time. Let's do it, y'all. That's it. We are out of here for the day. That was fun as always. Oh my goodness. I just love talking some football. That's what we do here on 3 and Out. And you can smell that cold crisp in the air because it is nearly Super Bowl time. Speaking of Super Bowl time, the Ice Sports Radio streaming event. Yeah, that thing's gonna be real. It's gonna be real. Yeah. Look at the background. Oh yeah, we got a streaming event going on here. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah. That is gonna be live all day, basically, on Super Bowl Sunday. Catch all of us. Lots of posts here at Ice Sports Radio, posting different hours. Huge stream leading up to USRN's broadcast on Mixer.com and their pregame show. Then, of course, join me for our post-game show or after the game. This is going to be a lot of fun, guys. I'll be kicking it off. Maybe Teran, don't know, but we're going to be kicking it off Sunday, February 9th, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, followed by many other hosts. It's going to be a lot of fun, so be ready for it all day long with Ice Sports Radio and USRN for Super Bowl Sunday. Any last thoughts, Teran?
Well, now that we talked about the Shrine Bowl earlier in the show, Shedeur Sanders isn't practicing, but he is meeting with the media, and he's also doing interviews with teams as well. So that's something big to note for Shedeur Sanders and the quarterback needy teams.
That is pretty cool, man. Wait, he's going to come out and make a difference somewhere. I'm excited for him, and let's see where he goes in the league, man. Let's see how this works out. We might be talking about him next year at some point. during these playoffs. So we'll see. So with that said, y'all, for my boy Teran Rodriguez, for me, yourself, Larry B, we will see you next week for my birthday. Yay, yay. Shrine Bowl, Pro Bowl coming on up. We'll know who's in the Super Bowl. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.
Peace.
Peace.